Well, JPMorgan kicking off earnings season on Friday. The street is expecting record annual profits, but are less certain about JPMorgan's year ahead. With more, we're joined by Yahoo Finance's David Hollerith. Hey, Dave. So is JPMorgan going to be able to keep it going?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to top this year. They're expected to come up with $49 billion in profits for 2023, which breaks the previous record set for the industry by JP Morgan. But it is kind of the latest sign just to show that JP Morgan is the biggest bank, and it's starting to break away from its big bank peers in terms of its profits. The bank is, again, expected for the year to come up with about 20 billion more in profits than Bank of America, the second largest, double that of the profits of Wells Fargo, the third largest, and then quadruple Citi, the fourth largest bank. But as far as quarterly results go, it kind of looks like a sour quarter for the big banks, comparatively speaking. They're all going to be paying, most of them at least, are going to be paying a one-time charge to the FDIC, and that's for covering the losses that the FDIC paid for with the failures earlier this year, the bank failures, excuse me. But as far as next year goes, banks are kind of a symbol or beasts of the economy. And there's so much uncertainty about when rates could be cut next year, what economists think. And that, in a lot of ways, affects what people think is going to happen to the banks. And obviously, if you're the biggest bank and you have been able to boost your profits through an acquisition that can't normally happen during normal times, you kind of stand to have the biggest most difficult year-end drop. So that's what JP Morgan's up against. These other banks are also haven't performed quite as well. And in some ways, analysts are beginning to see them sort of as an upside story for 2024. So that's what we've got coming in on Friday.
The big banks reporting on Friday, kicking off that peak earnings season. David, thanks so much. Appreciate the insight.